Hey guys, GP here. This is a bit of a news video, so I've got a couple of updates for you. First of all, I've been doing a couple of things in the background which is coming soon. If you want to find out what that is, then go to my website, which is johnpaulmusic.co.uk, and there is a sign up page. If you're into looping, you're going to want to know about this. So it's coming soon, so please sign up, and I'll show you what it is in due course when it's ready. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, it's mainly about looping and looping tech. As well as music tech and live streaming, looping is the fundamental reason why I started this channel. And one of the looping apps that's available on the iOS platform is Loopy HD. Put Loopy HD into Google or to YouTube, and I'm very proud to say that my face pops up quite quickly. I've done a couple of tutorials about it, and I use it live, I use it for lots of different things. And it's been around for a little while. Now, the guy who makes Loopy HD, his name is Michael, and his company is called A Tasty Pixel. They also make SampleBot, which is a sampling app, and also responsible for AudioBus, which is a live app-to-app routing app. Try saying that really quickly. App-to-app routing app. App-to-app routing app. But Loopy HD has its own forum, which you can find at forum.loopyapp.com. Now, without even signing in to the forum, one of the first articles you'll come across is Loopy Masterpiece Edition. Michael's been talking for years, and it has been years, about making a Masterpiece Edition or a higher version of Loopy HD. Now, for whatever reason, it's never materialized, and he originally made the announcement back in November of 2014. As of recording this of August of 2021, we now have a little bit of insight into what's coming next. It's not going to be called the Masterpiece Edition, it's going to be called Loopy Pro. I got an email come in going, check this out, and if you go to loopypro.com, you'll see this. This website is from A Tasty Pixel, which is from Michael, which means it is the next version of Loopy HD. It's Loopy Pro. First of all, the big thing is beta is coming, sign up, and you can sign up for news and obviously get notified, and that's fantastic. Before you ask, of course I have, but I want to discuss the visuals and what you're seeing here because it looks phenomenally different but amazingly similar. So the first image looks like the new loops, these orange and blue loops that you can see. Now, while they're on, they seem to be pulsing, and there seems to be something going around the outside to indicate where you are in the loop. But they're different colors, which looks like maybe some kind of grouping, which would be really cool. And there's a clear indication just towards the end here where it looks like there's a loop that's on and a loop that's off, and there's a real big difference in color. The colors are inverted. Now, this video isn't sponsored by Loopy HD or A Tasty Pixel, but it is sponsored, and it's sponsored by our friends over at DistroKid. DistroKid is a distribution company, so you give your songs to them and they push it out to all the digital stores and online streaming sites around the world. If you are making loops and you can record those loops in Loopy HD, then you might want to put them out there in the world. You can have your songs out there in things like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, Deezer. There's so many more. And now there's around about 160 different kind of digital online stores and streaming sites around the world. Now, the great thing with DistroKid is you can send out as many songs as you want for an entire year with one price, which is $19.99. But we've teamed up with them, and there's a link on the screen that's also in the description box below where you get 7% off your first annual membership with DistroKid. So they actually have a couple of tiers. So the first one is the Musicians one, which is $19.99. There's also Musicians Plus, which is $35.99, and there's even a label version, which is $79.99 for the year. But imagine you've made your loop on Loopy HD, or could be Loopy Pro. Then you can record all your loops and all your performances, push that out to DistroKid, and start distributing your music today. Thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. The next image that you see that has got me the most excited of all, which looks like some kind of editor. We've got multiple colored loops, which again could be grouping. We've got square loops. So have a look at where it says track 9 and track 11, and they look like you can add them in. You've got these circles which look like some kind of dials. You've got faders, and it looks like they're dropping in. There's also a pencil tool with absolutely everything. So this looks like you could do this. This looks like an editor inside Loopy. Now, if this is true, this is phenomenal. Most loopers dictate how you use your looper, whether it looks like a pedal, whether it's got lines going across or circles, but you can't really change that once you've used it. So this looks like you could edit it and change it however you see fit. So if you're a tabletop looper, you want to kind of mimic a 505, or you want to have them as squares as opposed to circles, or you need more faders so you can control the volume of loops. I don't know, that's what it looks like to me, but the next image goes even further than that, and I kind of expected this for a new version, which is a UV3 plugin. So it looks like we're able to bring in a UV3 plugin, which obviously now will be on the loop itself. It looks like it's layered on top, so you're not leaving the app. The next image is this orange and blue lines. We've got orange and blue loops, but now we've got orange and blue lines. I don't know what they are. And it looks like there's little sort of things to fade it with, but as you look at the image, there's an option there where a new one comes in. For a split second, it says delete and copy. So are we duplicating the loops? Is this some kind of recording device where you can record the loops and actually record the performance? Now you can record the performance on Loopy HD, but on Loopy Pro, can you... Is it a DAW? Is it a DAW, like built in? That would be so cool, being able to actually mimic and... Oh, Michael, if you're watching, please make that a reality. That looks seriously, seriously cool. Now we're back to our orange and blue loops, but they look different. So it looks like it's got something over the top of them. So this could be our volume potentially. It looks kind of familiar like on Loopy HD. So you've got like a volume and maybe a pan going across as well. Looks like someone's touching and moving. That looks like it's an adjustment. Yeah, it is. It does look like an adjustment. When you go to the second loop there, like they're putting the volume up and the other one's got like the volume down. And then the final image, again, I'm wondering about a DAW like built into Loopy, but there's an image here of like a waveform. Now, it doesn't just look like a recording because it looks like there's a sliding tool. It looks like it's an adjustment. I don't know if that's like to cut the waveform or to adjust it for the loop maybe. On Loopy HD, you can use like your two fingers to twist the loop. So it's actually adjusted in time, but maybe you've made the loop a little bit longer than you should. You want to chop the end off. So that would be really cool if you could do that as well. And then it rolls back over and we're back to our first image. So what I would suggest is if you're into Loopy HD and you want to have a look at a new loop platform from the same makers, Loopy Pro looks like it's on its way. Go to loopypro.com and sign up. Now I have signed up, of course, and as soon as it drops, I will be making a tutorial as quickly as humanly possible so we can get to grips with what's new, what's different, what's changed, and what we can do with it. Let me know what you want in the new version of Loopy Pro in the comment section below. Maybe Michael's watching and you can add it in. So I've kind of told you to do 3 things today. First of all, go to my website, which is johnpaulmusic.co.uk, and sign up there, and there's something that's on the way. Second of all, go to loopypro.com if you're interested in the next version of what is Loopy HD, which is called Loopy Pro. And finally, if you want to distribute your music across the world, have a look at DistroKid as well. The link's on the screen and also in the description box below. Now, if you're not familiar with Loopy HD, I have a tutorial that's all about it. Have a look at what's on here and click it right now to get into Loopy HD.